Hi everybody, it's February 19th, about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's not raining yet, so Lindsay and I figured we would take you for a walk to show you the progress that has been made on the Clubhouse renovation and expansion project. Right now we're sitting in the little parking area by the trailer. I'm going to take a look at the most noticeable difference, which is the new parking lot. If you look behind me, you can see how expansive this is. Let's walk this way because I want to show them a few other things. The new parking lot is infinitely larger than the old one used to be, so we'll never have parking problems anymore. You can see the curbs are in at this point. You can actually visualize where the parking spots are going to go. Basically goes all the way out to the lake. I want to take a look over to my left for a moment, and you'll notice that there's a lot of pallets of materials around. And if we were over by the clubhouse, you'd see there's 20 times that amount. The reason I point that out is because with what's gone on with COVID and everything else, the supply chain for materials to keep the project going has been disrupted for every type of thing we're trying to buy. So these pallets that you see are basically the roof tiles for the clubhouse. If you look behind us, Lynthia, just show them a picture of the roof of the clubhouse. As you come into the community, if you look over to the clubhouse, you see we're nowhere near ready for a roof over by the ballroom or anything like that, but we have the tiles already. We did that because it's almost impossible to get things, especially at the prices that we were originally quoted. So we've locked in the roof tiles and they're actually here. We're trying to do the same thing with almost everything that we can order, meaning floor tiles, toilet bowls, and we're trying to stage and hold as much of it here as possible. One, so that we have it when we need it, and two, to try and get it at a price that's reasonable, because we just got notice this week, for example, that the price of sheetrock is scheduled to probably double in the next 30 days. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to make that work out. Nothing to panic about, but just giving you a heads up. It's nothing that you haven't heard in the rest of your life, I'm sure, in this new post-COVID world, that we are still managing to keep close to the schedule and managing to keep things within reason as far as budget goes, but there are some changes. Let's take a break for a sec because we're going to walk towards the fitness center where the most progress has happened in the last couple of weeks. Okay, so as you can see, we did not make it all the way back to the fitness center before we hit a lot of work. There are about 70 people every day between the different trades on site with all the different parts of this project that need to be done. Right now, we're taking a look at the ballroom expansion. You can see they have the forms in for where the stage addition is going to go. So they have the new curb in for the parking lot. They've delivered the blocks to start blocking up the walls and things like that. We're going to keep walking down to the fitness center. Yeah, shut it off. All right, we're down by the fitness center now, and if Lynthia pans around, you can see where the island is going to be and how the traffic's going to flow. In front of us, you have the bocce courts. You can't tell it behind that green fence, but that's the existing bocce courts. To the right of that is going to be, let's come back this way so they can see. So to the right of the bocce courts is where the shuffleboard is going to be. Then as we pan back over here, this will be the entrance to the fitness center. You can see the roof is on. It originally looked a little darker, but just like everything else, it lightens up in the Florida sun. So really just looks like nice slate tile at this point. That is the new aesthetic that's going to be on the entire clubhouse and throughout the community. When we're looking straight on at the building, if you go to the right, you will go to the fitness center and the restrooms for the pool. And over here where the pool equipment is, this will be all reconfigured. The equipment will stay, but the entrance from the parking lot to the pool will be between the fitness center and the pool equipment. If you continue to the left looking back at the building, all of this crazy fence that looks like a bunch of jail cells is going to disappear. All these walkways are disappearing because the exit from the ballroom into the parking lot will be in that area, the emergency exit anyway, and all the rest of this will be landscaped. you won't be going that way to the pool anymore. Let's walk towards the fitness center so you can see what's going on inside there. All right, so the first thing that you notice as we walk up to the building is that the building has all been stuccoed. That's what the finish is going to look like. Not the color. It's got to cure for about 20, 25 days, and then we'll start to paint it. But you can see the banding at the top, all the details on the pillars, and all the finished coat of stucco is on. The other nice thing is your beautiful new doors. It's a shame that they have the paper on them because I saw them when they went in. They're beautiful, full glass doors, very modern, crisp and clean, and they're hurricane doors, so we don't have any hurricane shutters or anything like that. We're going to walk through here, and as long as it's safe, we're going to show you some of the layout of the gym. Still on? Okay, so we're standing in what's the lobby to the fitness center. You probably can't get much of an idea of what's going on, but where I'm standing, you have the entrance to the ladies' locker room, sauna, and bathrooms, and this side is the men's. This area will be brightly lit, and there's actually some artistic pieces going on in here to make it look really, really nice. And then to the back, we have the entrance to the gym. One thing to point out that hasn't really been discussed is in the post-COVID world, again, which I'm tired of saying, everybody's asking or thinking to themselves, well, how are you going to control the capacity of the gym and the bathrooms and everything? So part of the project at this point, while it was not necessarily discussed when we took this to the community to get their approval for the project, is access control. Everything is going to be automated so that when you come up to the doors of the fitness center, you're going to have to wave your hand in front of a panel and it'll know who you are. So only people that are allowed to be in here will be allowed to be in here. That's the way we're going to control things, because obviously we can't have people stationed at every door doing head counts of telling how many people are in here or not. Well, we'll get into that further, but we wanted to let you know that that is part of the project at this point. We are putting in access control and automatic doors and all kinds of things like that that were not necessarily anticipated in the beginning, but completely necessary in a post-COVID world, because we're probably going to have to live with this stuff for a while after the place is even open. So you have the doors there, and then there's the doors back here to the fitness center. Let's just try and walk down here so they can get some of the view. The wonderful thing about your new fitness center is that it's larger than the old one, as you can see just standing here, and it has a beautiful view of the lake. So instead of looking out at all the bushes on the pool, like you used to, you're going to be working on the treadmills and your recumbent bicycles and everything like that, and have a very peaceful view of the lake, so you get a feeling of what that's like now. Over to this side here, where you see these guys working on the door, that is actually going to be the yoga and meditation space. There's a full floor-to-ceiling glass wall going up, so that will be a peaceful place for people to do stretching and exercise and things like that without worrying about getting bumped into by people that might be working with free weights and things like that. The free weight area is actually off to the side. It's a very well-lit area. I'm not going to walk over there right now because there are a million tradespeople working above my head. But it's bright, it's light, and it's separate from where all of your strength training equipment is. So it is coming along as it was planned, and it should be delivered pretty close to schedule. Let's take a break for a minute and we'll go look at the clubhouse. Okay, so I figured we'd take a stop before we got back to the clubhouse area, because it's really not safe for us to go close to the back of the building, just to give you an idea of what's going on in the back of the building, since most people can't see that. I'm standing right now where there used to be that covered area that you had your pizza parties and things like that off the old bathrooms. So I'm between the new fitness center and the big swimming pool. Looking at the building, you can see that a lot of parts have been demolished and a lot of parts are starting to be rebuilt. The main thing that's happened in the last couple of weeks is all the excavation has happened for where the new second floor terrace outside is going to be. The footings are poured, the foundation is poured, They're starting, I believe next week, they're going to start pouring the staircase to get up to that second floor area. They've had to do a lot of excavation that we did not necessarily anticipate because there were so many tree roots and everything over 20 years, but nothing significant, just unexpected conditions. And then down here, they're working on the ballroom. So just wanted to show you the back of the building since you can't see that from the street.